So, getting close to Christmas time and views are way down, so I thought I'd just make a video, kind of talk to the subscribers that watch every day, and I do appreciate you guys. You're the ones that keep me going. Everybody else is, I guess, on vacation. So, thought I'd take you over to the junk pile. This is also the wood pile, but it's kind of where we accumulated all the junk mowers over the summer from the lawnmower repair hobby business. You can see Carolyn has really gotten a lot of firewood split for this winter. I think she's got more than what we need, because she's still got some on the porch, in the house, on the back side of the porch. I mean, she got a ton of firewood split. So I've explained this before. What it is when we were splitting and cutting the firewood, at least this side, we were splitting it too big because we were measuring it to the size of that outdoor heat exchanger that I built when we were in the camper. So this whole row was too big. So we've been splitting this down so we can get it into our little stove. This side's in better shape. So I thought I'd show you the junk pile. This is the old mower that we bought for $40. And it paid for itself quite well. I got all the tires off of it, all the little cotter pin clips, the R clips, some springs, the battery. I can't remember what all I got off of it, but I think it's time to get rid of it. It's just in the way now. These blades I can't use for anything, because most blades nowadays, this is an old mower, like the 90s. And most blades now have this star pattern, but this one has a 3-bolt system. So can't really use those. So, arranging to get it all scrapped out. Got, I don't know, an old tiller here that the rings were rusted on to the, you know, I can't think of the word. I've lost a word. Anyway, they were stuck to the piston. I guess they're just stuck. So he didn't want to pay to get that repaired. It's an old generator that there was a lot wrong with this one. Plus an old generator that I had. I thought I'd throw it in there. Bathtub, push mower, old chainsaw. I got a push mower up here and a I don't know, string trimmer mower. So there's this guy in town. He's a scrap guy all year round, and he mows grass in the summertime for business. Hard working. I mean, he's a younger guy. He's still got, you know, children that live at home, so he's a younger guy. Works hard, and I appreciate his work ethic. So he's always advertising on Facebook that he's willing to do something, clean up people's scrapyard, willing to cut grass, and he's always trying to make money somehow or another. So I appreciate him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him come and pick this up. Now I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to tell me, oh, you're crazy, you should take that in yourself. Well, I have taken stuff in myself, and we don't have a trailer, and we've thought about getting one, but it's just something else that I got a license and taxes, and just more money. It might be easier if I had a trailer to pick up lawnmowers, because occasionally we'll go pick up a lawnmower. Most all lawnmowers I can get in here, except for big zero turns. Yeah, I struggle with the zero turns, but other than, and I'm not too sure I want to work on zero turns because they're just so dang expensive. You know, I don't want to break one and have to buy one. So I'm not really wanting to get a trailer. The reason we decided we weren't going to take things to the scrapyard is it's a long drive. And with a small truck and without a trailer, it just doesn't make sense to accumulate a bunch of stuff and you know, take it to the dump once a year or whatever. Because we'd have to take it more often. So we think it's better to get this guy to come pick it up. The thing is he brings me work. So during the summer when his mowers aren't running, or there's something wrong and he needs a blade sharpened, he brings it right to me. And he's really good about it. I'm coming over, and within minutes he's over here. So the way I see it, if I can keep him going with some scrap, and he's got a place to store it, and he's got a trailer and all that, let him come get it. He makes the 30 or 40 bucks or whatever he's going to get out of it. Then he brings that 30 or 40 bucks to me. So it's, you know, we're all taking the money from the recycler, and I'm the end user of that money. It also, I think, helps with the community status. He's kind of a popular guy. Somebody asked me a while back, did I want to keep a chainsaw? And I said, nah, I just give it, and I named his name. I just give it to this guy, and he says, yeah, that's who I give it to. So I said, well, okay, I'll just throw it in my pile and give it to him. But I don't want a junkyard around here, so I want to keep it pretty clean. I know that's not the way a lot of lawnmower mechanics operate. They have a junkyard that they can pick from. I just don't want to do that. I mean, I like our place, and I want to keep it relatively cleaned up. I know a lot of people think that this place is a junk pit, but in my opinion, it's not terrible. I like looking at it, and I just don't want a bunch of lawnmowers and junk laying around, scrap metal. So if he's got a place to store it, then let him have it. There's a place up the hill, and you know, he's got this huge scrapyard, and it's just an eyesore. I mean, it's okay. We live in a community where it just doesn't matter if it's an eyesore or not. So if he wants to have his junk in his yard, that's fine. But I just don't want it here. I like what we got. So I thought I'd just continue the conversation. I had a big bill to pay today. The tax bill, property taxes, personal property tax. I know not everybody has to pay them. There's been rumors that Missouri's trying to get rid of personal property. And as a matter of fact, Missouri just lowered its personal property tax down a bit. So maybe they will. I mean, if Missouri has been notorious for doing things over the years. I remember when Missouri first got its conceal and carry license. Well, it was way even before that. It used to go to the sheriff's office to even buy a pistol. And then after a couple of years, you didn't have to do that anymore. And after a couple of years of that, they got us a conceal and carry. And after a couple of years of that, we didn't have to do that. It was constitutional carry. So, you know, over time, Missouri just kind of nicks away at these ridiculous laws. So I suspect that they're going to do the same thing with personal property tax. But yeah, we got dinged pretty hard this year for, what was it? I mean, I just paid this morning. It was $44. It went up a bit. It used to be, I think, 42 or 41. But I knew it was going to go up a little bit because I saw the car parked across the street this year, the assessor, and I knew she was going to raise it, but I was worried it was going to be like $50, but she raised it like $3 or $4, which is manageable. You can handle that. So, yeah, I get a lot in the comment section. You don't own that property. As long as you're paying taxes, you don't own it. Somebody else owns it. Well, $44, I mean, I go to Dollar General and pay 44 bucks and not have anything. So if I got to pay $44 and have this acre and a half, it's fine by me. A little house, a little shed. And that's the thing is people complain about their taxes. If you're complaining about your taxes, you're paying too much. You know, taxes is part of the deal. You're not going to get around it. You have to pay it. Complaining about it isn't making it any better. And if you struggle to pay your taxes, then you can't afford what you have. Well, if it wasn't for taxes, I could afford it. Well, you have to pay taxes. It's just something you have to do. So you watch a guy who lives in a little tiny house, and he's insulted constantly about the size of his house, and I couldn't live like that. That's just, you know, that's subhuman and all that stuff. It's not subhuman. It's first world problems. You know, this is something a third world citizen would live in, not a first world citizen. I'm saying that for a reason. Is the United States has become a first world. You know, you used to talk about third world and starvation and poor. They're not industrialized, and we got to help them, and we got to send money to them. But the first world problems is just as serious as third world problems. We live in a world of lazy people who eat too much, don't take care of themselves, go to the doctor, drug addicts. don't want to work, live in mom's basement. We've become a lazy society. And so when you see a little tiny house, that's subhuman. Well, at least I can afford my $44 in taxes, and I don't even complain about it. My truck taxes were $185, and now that I complain about. It's a 10-year-old truck. How long are they going to charge me more for my truck than they are to the house? But they do. So, yeah, if you're so spoiled that you can't downsize your lives, and you can't afford your taxes, and you can't afford your bills, then you are no better than the people in a third world country, except you're in a first world country. I really do believe maybe second world country would be better. You know, our grandparents and great-grandparents and everybody before them worked and worked and worked, just worked themselves to death to make the world a better place for their children. And now the world is a better place. It's a worse place. The homeless is outrageous, and why? 90% of them is because of drugs. Our health epidemic, and there was just a massive health epidemic, and when you tell people stop eating carbohydrates, stop eating processed foods, start eating carnivore diet, oh, I couldn't do that. Oh, no, that's a bunch of, I'm going to eat what I want to eat. But then, you know, we vote on a president and elect a president that is basically saying, hey, get off the processed foods. Why do you need a leader to tell you to do something? Why can't you just do it on your own? Become a better person on your own. Become healthier on your own. But no, you got to have a president of the United States say, oh, no, we're going to become a healthier nation. We're going to stop with all the processed foods, and we're going to stop with all the medicines. We're going to make healthcare healthy, not druggy. I look at myself, I don't go to the doctor. Oh, that's terrible, you need to go to the doctor. You know, I got a blind eye. Doctor could fix it probably pretty easy. But I am really holding off on it. I am really holding off on it because I don't trust them. They're not healthcare providers. They're licensed drug dealers. You know, they gave me steroids to make me go blind. And then I have to go back to become, you know, so I can see again. What else do I lose? No. They're licensed drug dealers. This is a first world problem. We've gotten so technologically advanced. You know, my uncle, when I was young, said, Rome failed because of their technology. And I think that's what's going to happen here. We've become so lazy, you know, that, you know, the technology is going to take care of us. We whine about the dumbest things. You get on Facebook and everybody's crying about the dumbest things. You know, I live by a lake here, and we're in a drought. We've been in a drought for several months. It's pretty serious. And the lake level is going down. Well, property value is going to drop on us like a rock. It's going to go up in the spring. I mean, this is what you have to complain about, property value. You know, right now is not a good time to sell. So why you know, just complain and complain and complain. Nobody has anything positive to say. Everybody wants to hurt everybody. Everybody wants to take their drugs. Everybody wants to eat all the food they want to eat and expect to be healthy and have expectations of a great, I mean, it's just, I want to do what I want to do without any consequences for my actions. And then they call me subhuman because I take responsibility. I don't want a big tax bill. I don't want a big property payment. I don't want a big house payment. I don't want a big truck payment. So I do this. Oh, you're subhuman. Well, at least I'm happy. I don't have to complain about a thing, except other people complaining. So if you click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was working on something. So I hope I can inspire you to be a second world citizen, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.